Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Vision Light. Good morning to all my beautiful cloud watchers out there. And there are people gonna pop in because I know that we ended up staying up a little too late last night, all of us. We ended up staying up a little too late. Hey, racist stars! I know that I ended up falling asleep on Ruben's birthday bash. I had to catch the last few minutes of it, and then I called watchers members only. You know what I'm saying? And I watched it, or I don't know if it was members only or not. I just watched hers this morning. Um, and I was half out of it. I hope you had a good birthday bash, Mr. Ruben Sanchez. Shit, I think I'm one of the younger ones in the group, me and Danny. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on, I gotta do something right quick.
Blah.
Good morning, Mr. Ruben. Yeah, I told you not to give that to me on my soundboard. I'm telling you. Yeah. I had to come up and I had to show you some love on your birthday and hang out, even though I usually am in bed way before the. And I was trying to hold out. You can ask hubby. I was trying to hold out all night long to be there. Hey, way up, dude. How's your titty hanging? Is it hanging to the left or the right? Um, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring up the book. I'm gonna bring up the book. That was fun last night, though. That was. It was fun at your party, Mr. Ruben. Seeing cheese. It was also good to see you super excited to see Pipe. It was awesome. Miss Ruben's like, I'm bringing sexy back. All the other players don't know how to act. Kick it to the chorus. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Get going with it. Oh, I don't know why that song's stuck in my head now. No, I was just sitting there chilling this morning and half asleep. And I heard that some people was hating and player hating like a motherfucker last night. That we was all having fun and chilling. You know what I'm saying? I heard there was some player hating going on. Hey, my love. I heard there was some. They be player hating. Why you always hating? Hate is gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off. That's for Miss Marissa Sparkle. I know she ain't here this morning, but she's a Swifty, so you know, gotta sing her favorite. I know, you know what I mean. Know what I mean. I know what you mean. Know what I mean. No doubt about it. See, I say it the Southern way. I swear to God, my uncle says that so much that it became a thing. My dad, that it became a thing that I said for a while. Like you ever hear somebody say something so much that you yourself got to repeat it? I'm half asleep myself this morning too, because we didn't go to bed till late, late, and that's way past my bedtimes. Then y'all went over there. I don't know how some of y'all did it. Y'all went over there to watch us and was still up. I don't know what time y'all ended up going to bed. Child, I'd be in bed right now. Y'all ended up staying up late as fuck. I don't think I'd be able to do it. So are you, and you didn't stay up? What up, classy cold love? They stayed up late. I actually fell asleep. I think it was around 11 or 12, something like that. I forgot what time it was when I jumped off the link with Ruben and them. And I swear, I was about to end of that stream. You can ask anybody. I was getting loopy stupid. It was hilarious. I forget exactly what time it was. Shit, I don't even know. I know around 10:30 is when I started going shutdown mode. Charlie was in shutdown mode. Because I do not stay up like that. I go to bed with the chickens. I get up with the chickens, damn it. Because my dogs are guaranteed to wake me up at 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning. And I'm lucky if they let me sleep in till 8. Because it's around 7:30 they'll start acting up about 6:30. Then about 7:30 it gets even worse. They jumping on the bed, they acting crazy. They're like, it's time to get up. Because those mofos have slept all day. So now it's time for them, they think, to get up. You gonna get her? Y'all gonna pay? Uh-oh. Watch them. Watch them. They're playing. Yeah, they start doing the morning stampede somewhere around 7 something. They ain't gonna let you sleep in. If it starts getting close to 8, oh my God, they're having a hissy fit. Bailey's in one of her I got the Zoomies modes and I'm playful right now. Which for her is very rare. Well, they think they the bosses. Shit. Badasses. Little badasses. Oh, I'm drinking my coffee. I gotta take my medicine. This is your med check reminder also. Please take your medicine and don't be forgetting like I do with my ADHD. Med check. I'm gonna take my happy pill in a minute and then I'm gonna be, I'm so happy. Oh yeah. Coffee and medicine. Did you get him? Did you get him, Bailey? Huh? Did you get him, bud boy? Did you? Oh, you gonna go get him. You gonna go get him. Oh, you done for the day? Is it nap time now? I think it's nap time now. She done got her runs out. Now it's nap time. Now it's time for her to go back to sleep, and y'all might hear her snore in about 2.5 seconds. Good morning, Miss Danny. Chad, I don't know how y'all do that staying up all night no more. I can't do it no more. I swear, I don't know what's happening to me. I can't do that no more. Mm-mm. I swear I'm like an old lady nowadays. I gotta be in bed at a certain time. I gotta be in bed. Yeah, unless I was to touch a food wrapper right now. If I was to touch a food wrapper, every one of them would be alerting, staring me down. Uh, oh, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be pretty cool. I wish some of the stuff wasn't so damn late at night. Shit, why they always gotta make shit that late, man? Sometimes I swear. Yeah, seeing we missed the last one. We'll just see how we feel, I suppose. That's just the best way to uh, gauge it, right? You know what I'm saying? I wish they wouldn't have did the lyric theater thing so late tonight. That would have been cool as hell, man. They're having a haunted tour thing, and that would have been cool as shit. But it's like late at night, and I don't stay up that damn late. I never stay up that late. I don't know how I'm gonna deal. I wish they would start a little earlier and do things, but no. Yeah, we have to do that. We have to do all that. And right now, Bruiser and Dutchy are playing. Dutchy, Dutch, are you being gentle? Remember, he's little. Was she mauling you again? But you love it. Hey, Gamecock Jenny. I know, I know. Are you being pitiful? Okay. Such a big girl. Are you smiling because I'm scratching your ear? Y'all, she really does smile. She really does smile. My dog Duchess, she'll you can tell she's smiling because her little lips will go back. It's the cutest thing. If you go to scratch her ear or something she really likes, she'll grin. It's the cutest thing. Oh yeah, I know. I'm getting that spot in the ear right there, huh? You almost fell asleep, huh? It feels so good. I know. Stop climbing on Boomer. You know he don't like that. You too big for all that. You're not a little bitty lap puppy. No, you're not little bitty. You're big. You're a big girl. Yeah, you can't be laying down on the little dogs. Yet you're not little anymore. What? Are you huffing? Did they wake you up? Oh, Mr. Growley. I know. Grumpy old man. I know. She keeps jumping on you, trying to sleep. I know. Hold on, Bailey. Mama, pick up the blanket. Hold on. Hold on. Move your feet. You're standing right. You're standing on it. You're standing on it. How am I supposed to help you get under the blanket? Lord, do Jesus. I don't know. I don't understand why she does that. She'll stand on the blanket while I'm trying to help her get under it. Then I have to uncover her head because Bailey's a short, because she's got that short nose. If she gets overheated, she can't breathe. Or you'll hear her over here going under the cover, almost dying, but won't put her head out. I'm like, okay, let me save the Bailey again. How's Morris doing this morning, Miss Jenny? Is he doing okay, being just as precious as always? You got him spoilt rotten? Okay, hold on, Boomy. You're trying to get under the blanket. I have to help them all get under the blanket. They got to get back under the blanket so they can go to sleep. And I have to have like a huge blanket just for the dogs and myself because they feel like they have to get under the blanket with me. They're spoiled. He's the cutest little thing. Anybody got any plans this weekend? I'm going out this Saturday. I won't be home for most of the day, so if y'all don't see me, you'll know why. And y'all know y'all don't see me much on Sundays anyway, because that's hubby day. But we going out. They having this thing this weekend. They having Pride this weekend. It's gonna be cool. I'm going to visit everybody, see what everybody doing. Me and my friends gonna meet up. It's gonna be awesome. Tonight they're supposed to go over to the Lyric Theater and do a haunted thing. It's gonna be real cool. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but if you've never heard of the Lyric Theater, um, the Lyric Theater is one of the most haunted theaters and whatnot, and it's been put on many, many, many TV shows and ghost shows about being extremely fucking haunted. I'll show y'all what the Lyric Theater is. Lyric Theater, and it's the one in Tupelo, Mississippi. Um, and let me put right quick. They do haunted houses and stuff like that. But hold on. All right, so um, let's see if they actually have a thing. There it is. I'm gonna show y'all something right quick that's real cool. You going camping? It's gonna be y'all's last time, ain't it? Before season change. That's gonna be awesome. Let me show y'all something. This is what the Lyric Theater is. One of America's most haunted theaters in Tupelo, Mississippi. The Lyric Theater, now home of the Tupelo Community Theater, has undergone many changes since its inception in 1912. R.F. Goodlett sought financial backers in 1912 to build a vaudeville theater called the Compass. The Compass produced live theater until 1931 when it was purchased by the M.A. Lightman Company chain and then turned into a movie theater. At that time, the facility received the iconic marquee everyone knows today. From 1931 to 1984, many tales came out of the movie house, like Elvis Presley's first kiss on the balcony during a Saturday matinee. Still, it was the 1936 tornado that practically leveled Tupelo, killing an unprecedented number in its path, which gave credence and still does to the theater's most extraordinary story. This story has become part of lyric history and its present. Antone. Nobody knows where this name come from, but he is present. His presence, many have claimed to have felt, but often can't quite put into words. Tupelo Community Theater inherited the mischievous spirit and his story when they acquired the Lyric Theater in the mid 1980s. Some guests and theater employees say see him as a glowing light, while others hear a childlike giggle in the darkness of the iconic historic structure. This is the original building, which still stands and is exactly like this. They keep it up because it's considered a historical site, right? The original building was built in 1912. Of course, it's had some updates on certain things, right? Um, but not that many. It's actually historically. That's why there's a little placard on it and everything. It's a historical building. Two stories of Anton been have followed the theater to this day. The first story is that Anton was a theater's caretaker. Anton has been said to have worked under the stage, shoveling coal. It is also believed he may have had an apartment within the Lyric and lived there as he looked after the theater. The second, more popular legend is that Anton was a small child killed during the deadly tornado in 1936. The theater was one of the few buildings left standing after Tupelo's deadly twister of 1936, and it was used as a makeshift hospital and morgue after the F5 tornado's aftermath. Perhaps Anton was brought to the Lyric after the tornado and died there. No one will ever really know. Still, strange things happen daily in Tupelo's community theater. The Lyric Theater was listed as one of America's six most haunted theaters in 2001 and still one of Mississippi's most haunted theaters today. As the Lyric continues to entertain guests from near and far, from outstanding shows full of local talent, several guests of the iconic theater have reported seeing lights flickering, sounds and giggles with no explanation, and other odd sightings. Tupelo Community Theater has brought back its haunted theater production this year after a 3 year hiatus due to C-19. Shows take place on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings. Guests are guaranteed a spooky and entertaining evening, and perhaps a double feature of sorts if Antone is there. But they said there have been a lot of people who have taken like things into the Lyric Theater, and they've had multiple like a lot of ghost shows that go there because it's like considered one of the top six theaters in America to be haunted. And a lot of people have heard of the Lyric Theater but didn't know it was in Mississippi, right? They didn't know it was in Tupelo. They've heard about it because they saw it on a TV show or something like that. In fact, a lot of our buildings down here, especially our original buildings, are haunted as shit. If you go down to a little place called Aberdeen, Mississippi, they have some antebellum homes down there. Same thing for Columbus, Mississippi. They are all extremely fucking haunted. Those technically, the antebellum homes, you know what they were. We all know what they were. They were plantations at one time. So they're extremely fucking haunted because of that. Some bad shit went down there. You get what I mean? So those kind of places remain haunted. Hey, Mr. MRH, you smelling good this morning? The museum in Amory is haunted as fuck. I've been trying to tell people that for years. It literally needs to be on a ghost show. People don't believe us down in like when I used to live down there when I was a kid. Like all the locals know about it, right? All the locals know about it. But like it needs like it seriously is haunted as fuck. I could take y'all down there and y'all would have experiences, no shit. You know, I always joke about that, Mr. MRH, because we was talking about Cologne that one day. Um, but that's my new joke with you, Mr. MRH, is because we were talking about, you know, Cologne that one day. Um, but hey, Mr. Jim Connie, the best Jim, the only Jim that ever was and ever will be. Um, if you go down to the Amory Museum, if you ever go to the Amory Railroad Festival, any of that to visit Amory, Mississippi, because the Amory Railroad Festival is actually cool as shit. Okay, so what the Amory Railroad Festival is, um, and there used to be a guy that was a real hobo that literally used to live on the trains, right? And he used to come down there, and you could go to the museum, and he would cook you a big ass pot of hobo beans, and he'd sit around the fire, and he'd tell you stories about like him riding the trains and how it used to be. Because see, we mostly have freight trains down here. We don't have a lot of passenger trains down south. We have freight trains, right? So a lot of people would jump the freight trains and be able to travel to different places. They would hump a ride, and that's why on the back of most trains now you see a sign that says "Do not hump." I used to laugh as a kid at that sign. I'd be like, who's humping a train? You get my drift. Hey, Crazy Brat, my love. But no, it meant do not hump, do not jump, do not, get on the train, do not hump a ride. That's what it meant. But when I was a kid, obviously, I didn't know about hobo culture. I didn't know about them jumping on there and getting rides. So I was like, why did they put do not hump? You know what I'm saying? When I was young. But I used to laugh and giggle at it every time I read it as a kid. But there's a really cool thing behind the Railroad Festival. They have a car show. It's real. It's a festival. But the cool thing about it is that they open up the museum and they have reenactors who actually reenact the 19 like not even I think it's the 1800s. And they have a cabin there that was like one of the first settlement cattle cabins, like in Virginia when settlers first come to America. Like it was built in the 1800s and shit, right? And they actually have people who will be out there churning the butter and doing the things as if they lived in that time, like a settler. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and that cabin actually was one of the. They try to keep it up and everything, and it's in great condition. It was one of the cabins that was like built back in the times when they settled Mississippi. I don't know what time frame that was, but it was one of the very first. It's a log cabin. And the train there is extremely fucking haunted. It was a passenger train, an old school passenger train. Obviously, it's not from here, right? I forget exactly because we used to have passenger trains that came through here, but they stopped that a long time ago. I forgot when it was. But that train is extremely fucking haunted. And that museum at one time was the hospital. Okay, it was the hospital for the area. And then it became a sanatorium for a while. It was a hospital during the Civil War. Many soldiers died there. It was a it then went on to be a nursing home for a while. There's a long history on that. If you like history and things like that, there's a long history on that museum, right? That bitch is haunted as fuck, dude. Like when I tell you it's haunted, um, you can be sitting there and you'll see shit during the daytime. You don't even have to wait tonight. Like it's during the broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? Because most haunted places, you mostly only have experiences at night for some reason. But that museum is so haunted, you have experiences all the time. But I will say it is more likely to happen on a, for some reason, rainy, drizzly night. I don't know, Miss Danny, maybe you know this or somebody else, of why spirits are more active during like a rainy, drizzly, like foggy night. I don't know why they're more active during that time. Maybe when that happens, sometimes it's closer. It's like there's more of a where you can see them or something. I don't know. But when I used to live across from it. That apartment no longer stands. They tore it down. A tree fell on it. It no longer stands. I lived across from it for a very long time, but that place no longer is there. Um, and It was really, really haunted. Like I'd be sitting there looking out the window. I'd be sitting there like in the living room chilling, watching TV. My parents would be gone. It would just be me by myself. Because in that little town, you didn't have to worry about nobody breaking in on you. So they didn't have to worry about me, right? I was old enough to take care of myself. I was 14 years old. Hell, I was old enough to babysit kids. You know what I mean? Back in those days. And I'd be looking across there, and no lie, I would literally see like people walking across the balcony. There's nobody there because when that place closes, nobody stays there. Um, they don't even have to worry about burglaries or nothing happening. So they don't even have security at night. They just have cameras. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody is gonna like in that area. Nobody's gonna tear that up. Thank you, Mr. Jim Cottingham, the best Jim, the only Jim that ever was and ever will be for those 5 gifted memberships. Let's see who got those right quick. Georgia Girl, Mr. JB Longwitted, Rob, Kiri, and Trizzle. Yay! That's what's awesome. That's what I was thinking, Miss something like that, Miss Danny. But Miss Danny says because the frequency is more dense, meaning the vibratory energy of the ether is slower and it gives them more opportunity to be seen. That's your scientific guess. I would guess it has to do something with that, with the electrical energy in the air and the fact that, um, you know, that's right after a thunderstorm pretty much. And like the fog is rolled in because, it was hot, then it got chillier. But it's really cool to see the train car. You can literally sometimes at nighttime see like a person walking up and down the middle aisle with a trolley, like they're selling food and newspapers and different things. And then you can see the passengers sitting in seats that aren't there anymore. See, they took out a lot of the seats to put other stuff in there. They left some of it natural, right? But like you can see, like it looks like it's the train is still running, and that those passengers are still waiting for their final destination, and they're in there, still, as if the train's moving and it's not. Um, like as if you saw a real, if that had been still running and people were still doing that. You can even see the guy go up and down and checking the tickets and stuff. It's crazy. Now the cabin, I've not seen a lot of stuff around the cabin. I don't really think that cabin is haunted. It might be. I've never had experience near the cabin itself. Uh, but the museum itself, I've seen a dude walking around. I don't know if it was a dude or a chick, but it seemed to be male, walking around with a like a old school um, lantern on the grounds, just the grounds. Now up on the balcony, you'll see like nurses in old school nurse uniforms pushing patients and stuff in old school wheelchairs sometimes, and like and full blown aspirations where you can see them, like you can see them. I mean, if you're too far away, you can't hardly see their faces. I mean, you'd have to be probably closer, but you can see like what color their clothes were. You can see what they're doing, if that makes any sense. Um, but you'll also sometimes see a lady walk across that balcony with a old school lantern, and she just walks from one door to the other. That's it. Um, as if they're still in that time period, which I kind of think, and this is what I think about some hauntings. I think that like spirits when they die traumatically or something like that, they don't know they're dead. So they're still living out this last day that they died, and that's still going, if that makes any sense. And I think that's why sometimes we have these things that happen, and we have these hauntings and things and stuff, and sometimes they're not uh, malevolent, they're not malevolent. Can I speak today? Um, some of them are, just reliving that same point. And I think that's why sometimes we see that stuff. Maybe also a time continuum thing, you never know. You slept for like 130 minutes. You still have a hangover from a party last night? Did y'all party over here? Party over there? I think it is residual energy sometimes too. It's not even the ghosts are there, it's just residual energy. Like sometimes I think that's the thing. And sometimes I think certain people get not necessarily the flashbacks of the past, but like the past and the present are kind of touching each other so you can see a little bit. I think that may be a thing. I'm not sure. I don't know how to explain it. I just know what you can see, and it's crazy. And I'm not the only one. Quite a few locals have stories exactly like that. They've always said though that nothing was ever like when they go to there, nothing ever felt terrible, nothing was ever evil or bad. It was just a lot of it. The ghosts that haunt the thing play tricks and shit. Even the people who have worked there for years will tell you that the ghosts there like to play tricks on them. Like if you set something down, they'll move it to another room. Like they like to move things and mess with you, but it's not violent or anything like that. It's just they think it's funny. Yeah, those ghosts like to play trick. They're tricksters. Some of them are. Nothing violent has ever happened there. I will say, as far as I know, I don't think anybody's ever got pushed, hurt, scratched, or anything like that. As far as I know, most of the things that are there is not. It's just residual hauntings because you got to think about the history of that, um, and all the people that have passed away in that building. So it's a lot of residual energy. It's a lot of things that have happened historically. That hospital was that museum was the original hospital, and at one time um, it was at the time being used as a sanatorium or it was an old folks home. And during the Civil War, they had to use it again as a makeshift. I think it was shut down at the time, but they had to use it as a makeshift hospital or something like that. But you can look up the history of it. It's got a long history. When we were kids, they used to take us on tours of it from the school. It's actually pretty cool. Um, and now they have since, I will say this, the Amory Regional, they have, okay, so I'm just to show y'all something like this. This is real cool. This shows pictures of the actual Amory Museum. They have added buildings to it, which were not of the original, but the original building is still in 100% working order. They keep it up, and they have one of those old school elevators they let you ride every once in a while. Do you remember like seeing those old school elevators that like had the crank thing and the person used to press the buttons but you weren't allowed to? They had one of those. It was one of the first elevators um, in this area because it was a two-story building and it was a hospital. Obviously, they had to have a way to take the patients up. And that elevator is old as shit, dog. When I say old, hold on, I'll show y'all the Amory Museum. Trying to knock off some of this stuff. I got too much pulled up on my computer. All right, so I'm gonna share this right quick. We're gonna share screen. So this is the Amory Regional Museum. This is the original building right here. This is the side of it though. The front of it's right there where I told you uh the balcony is. It's right there, and everything you can see it up front there. And if you scroll here, let's see, this right here is the side entrance where you can go in. You can go in there. There's another one on the other side, but this is the side entrance right here. This is the old log cabin I was telling y'all about. That cabin is old as shit. Um, that's the entrance way for the back side. I don't think they should have took a picture from the front side, but anyway, um, the city of Amory Regional Museum is dedicated to preserving, curation, and archiving significant regional history and genealogical resources, and providing innovative educational programming that celebrates the culture and community of Amory, Mississippi, and the surrounding area. Also, they have an old school, like you know how the Indians dug out their boats. They have one, and it's fully intact. Really cool. It is haunted as shit, Frog. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to do something because Frog came in. You know I was supposed to do this.
I'm Mr. Frog. This is my show. I eat the bug. I'm Mr. Frog. This is my show. I eat the bug.
Had to play Frog sound, yeah. It is. It's haunted. It's haunted, Frog. Like really haunted. It's a two-story building. They've had some add-ons. Let me view their website so I can show y'all. Well, that doesn't go to their damn website. I don't know what the fuck that is. They need to fix that damn thing because when you click on that right there, it does not go to their website. Ooh, that's crazy. Let me look up Amory. Uh, region. Let's see. Amory Regional. Let's see. I'll show y'all a little sick something. There we go. All right. So what we gonna do is I'm gonna go right here and click their website. All right. There we go. Oh, the page was not found. They don't. Oh, I guess I don't know what's going on with that. Um, let me try to. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. See if they have any more. Okay, this is the history. In 1916, philanthropist E.D. Gilmore constructed the Gilmore Sanatorium, a priceless gift to the people of Amory and Monroe County. The sanatorium served as a nursing home from 1961 until 1965. The sanatorium stood vacant until 1974, when in August of that year, the Amory Bicentennial Committee, as part of the Project 76, decided a city museum was in order. On July 1st, 1975, the sanatorium was placed on the Mississippi State Registry of Historic Sites. In February of 1976, the Amory Arts Council accepted from the Gilmore Foundation the deed to the Gilmore Sanatorium. The Amory Regional Museum was officially dedicated on June 27, 1976. There is also some other things about this. Uh, it was the sanatorium for a while, but it was also the original hospital. And it turned into a sanatorium. And it was also supposedly housed hurt soldiers during the war. Uh, The gallery annex was added to the museum in 2007 with funding provided by grants from the Mississippi Legislature, the Mississippi Arts Commission, corporate and private donations, and the Gilmore Foundation, an organization that has been exemplified the kind of civic stewardship that E.D. Gilmore first showed almost 100 years ago. Also, Mr. E.D. Gilmore actually made the first hospital in Monroe County in Amory. Um, and it was called the Gill Memorial Hospital for a while, but I think it's changed names now. In 1916, philanthropist Ebor conducted a Gilmore. Yep, we read that. We read that. Um, First showed almost 100 years ago. So almost 100 years ago, that civic, yeah, that's a long time. Um, let's see. Do. Oh, they also do have a gift shop, but I was hoping they would have like more pictures to show y'all. It would be cool. Let me see if they have any over here on this page. Images. Oh, here is a front picture shot of a view image. Let me see if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in on this? This is the front portion of this, and this is what I was telling y'all about the share this. This part right here and that balcony is where you can see shit. No lie. And the train car used to sit over here to the right where they have that entrance now. But there used to be the train car was behind it. And when they built that annex, they moved the train car. But it used to be just this building, and then the annex was added. But it used to just be just this building, and then the right here, like you could see part of it from looking at this side, was where they had the train car. They also did move over the cabin because it used to be a little bit further. Like it is really like honey this shit. But yeah, the front of that building, I've been in that museum many times. Here's some cool pictures from inside that. Like these are really things that you can see, like this old school piano. It's not a piano; it's a organ. Um, They have like the old iron lung in there. It's really cool. Memorabilia from like the war, bunch of stuff. Really cool. This is actual the entryway right here. One of them where you come in. Like the Amory Museum is that's actual inside the Amory Museum right there. All these pictures are taken from inside the museum. So it's really cool. That's the elevator right there. I've never gotten to take the elevator because every time I've went, it was out of order. I've always wanted to take it though, but I'm also scared because it's so old. And somebody did donate a Model T um, that's inside the museum. So yeah, it's really cool. You can actually go see all of that. And so if you love history, and it's really placed. That's actually the train thing right there, and it says preserving the ghost of the past. Amory, I'm gonna see if that's actually a thing I can read. Like they actually had the thing for that for the railroad. It was really cool. I wonder if I want to read this. It seems like a cool article. Oh, here we go. Share this tab instead. Preserving the Ghost of the Past, Amory Regional Museum. By Mississippi standards, the root of the town of Amory and in the northeast part of the state near the Alabama state line, by comparison, are not very deep. The town's history dates to 1887, while the state's history reaches back millennial towards Native American settlement and her Hernando de Soto hacking his way through the region and the local inhabitants in the 16th century. Amory owes its creation to the railroad as it began to wind its way through the state following the Civil War. It was a railroad town. When the Kansas City, Memphis, and Birmingham Railroad needed a stop halfway between Memphis and Birmingham, a location in Monroe County was chosen and named for railroad magnate Harcourt Amory. As town lots were sold, citizens of nearby Cotton Gin Port slowly abandoned their much older town, established as the base for French exploration of the region in the early 18th century, to settle in the brand new planned town. Cotton Gin Port is also a port town where it literally sounds like what it says: Cotton Gin Port. They sold cotton and gin out of there. Anyway, um, slowly abandoned. Their much this regional history is recalled in the Amory Regional Museum. The building housing the museum is woven into the history of the region as the birthplace of many locals, including museum director. The building's original served as the town's hospital. The Gilmore Sanatorium opened in 1916. It served as a hospital until 1961 when the hospital opened its current location. After that, it was converted into a nursing home for 4 years. After closing as a nursing home in 1965, the aging, though still vital building stood empty until it was opened as the museum in 1976. It is unclear when exactly the tales of the museum being haunted began to spring up. One tale concerns Dr. M.Q. Ewing, the hospital's chief of staff, around the time the hospital closed. Supposedly, he's still keeping watch over the old hospital and has been seen and heard around the building. Of course, like any hospital, birth and death are ever present, and the veil between life and death here may be quite thin. The activity in the facility is significant enough that the local paranormal investigating team, the Independent Paranormal Research Team, has hosted two public paranormal investigations in the museum. In December of 2013, the group hosted a benefit investigating for a local child suffering from a rare illness. An August 2013 article about the museum states exhibits at the museum showcase Amory's earliest inhabitants. The settlement is even more literal now that investigators are uncovering evidence that those inhabitants may be still be around. The director notes a bit later in the article that every town needs to preserve their heritage. It's who you are. It's where you come from. I'm telling you, that place haunted. That place haunted, y'all. It's haunted. I've been there way too many times and seen too many shit, and I know others that have too. Hey, Smooth Carter, how you doing? Hey, Miss Jill. Hey, under new management. Hey, Miss Reditha. Hope y'all having a good morning this morning. I've heard of a lot of stories of South America frog. I've heard of a lot of like stuff going down there. That's crazy, but I believe that. I'm gonna tell you this. I think that when stuff happens in a place, it leaves a mark. Oh, see that? I have to be like, mm. But see, here's the thing. I'd believe you, Miss Danny, because I've had some shit. Like when I was see, how old was I when we lived in the house? I was probably about 5, 6, maybe 7. So no, I was probably about 4 or 5 in that house. We lived in this double-sided apartment one time. We rented out both sides. It was back when those. You remember back when houses used to be kind of. It wasn't an apartment. It was just the house was split in two, and it was like this one side was the kitchen area, and in the back was where the laundry, and then on this other side you had the living room section, and it had double doors. That's why I called it a double-sided apartment. It really wasn't. It just had one door entrance towards the kitchen area, one door entrance towards the living room area. And then it had, the bedrooms in the back or whatnot on the right side. That left side stays so cold, and there was no air conditioner over there at all. And I'm talking about 100-degree day. You could walk in there and be cold as hell for no apparent reason, just cold. Just whole room, just cold for no reason. That was when, if I've told y'all the story, we were watching Saturday morning cartoons, Woody the Woodpecker. Yeah, we were watching Woody the Woodpecker. And we were sitting there watching our Saturday morning cartoons. And, well, that we had an old clicker type TV. I don't know if y'all remember the clicker TVs. The first button on the top was 1 through 20 something. The second, or something like that. And the second knob went through such and such to such and such, right? And so, in order to watch the Saturday morning cartoons, we had to click the first one over to the star and the second clicker to the channel, right? And all of a sudden, the clickers on the TV started moving and changing the channel. So, of course, I'm a little kid. We used to be the TV remote. My dad says, go change the TV back. So, of course, I go change the TV back. And about the time I sat down, my mom had a candy dish. It was a glass dish, but she put my hair bows in it for my hair. It raised up in midair off the TV and was held in place. It seemed like it was standing there forever, but I know it wasn't. My mind saw all this in slow motion, but it wasn't happening in slow motion. And it hovered there for a minute. And then if it slung it at me, and if I hadn't have jumped back when I did, I would have got hit. But I jumped back. Now, Miss Sandy, did you say Mr. MRH is 63? He ain't no 63. But if he was, I'd say he looked damn good for it. Hey, Miss Carmela, beautiful. But like, I'm gonna tell y'all, hauntings really do happen. And I've lived in like, let's see, 3 haunted houses, maybe 4. Well, the 4th one, I kind of knew about the haunting. I knew who it was. I actually found out the backstory behind it. But he wasn't vicious or violent. He just liked to lock the bathroom door and it didn't have a lock. He liked to play tricks on people. He wasn't really nothing serious. But I've lived in haunted houses before. No, actually, only 2 of them were bad luck. One of them was really malevolent. One of them was really bad to the point it would throw dishes out of the cabinets. Really severe, terrible shit. Let me say it like this. We moved in there when I was a baby, and I have memories of that house because I was so scared of that house. There was one room in that house I was so deathly afraid of. I still remember like bits and pieces of that house, and I was way too young to really be able. I should not remember it, if that makes sense, but I do because it was scary as shit. But we didn't live in that house for like 2 days. Like, I think it was like we may have lived there for a week, and my mom told my dad, she said, "Look, I won't be here when you get back. I'll leave a note on the counter to tell you where I'm out." She moved the entire house in one day before my dad got home from work and had everything unpacked in the new place. Yep, we didn't live there long. No, and that's why nobody stayed in that motherfucking house. That's why that bitch was always empty. And the rent was so fucking cheap. We never could figure that out until after the fact. I know, right, Frog? Shit, we were gone like, yeah. I will say that I think some ghosts aren't malevolent, and it's just they don't know they're gone yet. So I will say that sometimes I've helped certain ghosts be like, look, you're not, I just, I try to break it to them easy. Because, I mean, you got to think that's got to be hardcore. Got to tell them they're gone. And sometimes they move on and sometimes they don't. But I've had a few that just like to play tricks. But Miss Carmela, what I'm saying is if you ever come down Mississippi and you go to the Amory Museum, take a walk of the museum and go to the train car. Walk through the train car. I'm telling you, you're going to have an experience. If you've never had a ghostly world experience, you're going to have one there because you're going to see shit out the corner of your eye. You're not tripping. Let me just say it that way. You're not tripping. I wish I could tell that one, but no, we didn't stay in that house. I don't even think it was a whole week. You know what I'm saying? We were gone. That place was haunted in a bad way, not a good one. It needed a whole exorcism. I've only lived in one that had one that had a malevolent. Now the thing that happened in the older house that was double sided, it was just upset because I changed the TV. It was mad at me because I changed the TV. Okay. It got PO'd because I changed the damn TV. And that's why it threw something at me. But other than that, it really didn't like try to do much else. It just didn't like it when it believed it was the boss of the house, if that makes sense. And it didn't want to watch cartoons. I guess it just didn't like cartoons. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Jasper Rocks, good morning. I ain't fucking with one of them. Frog, I suggest you don't fuck with one of them. That opens a doorway that you cannot close. Don't fuck with a Ouija board. And if you go walk into a house and see one, walk the fuck back out. Don't play with that. Do not. Now, here's the thing about like when somebody reads cards, they're reading from their actual their spirit guides. When same thing with the pendulum reading, right? But a Ouija board, don't fuck with that. If you don't know, don't fuck with that. Mm-mm. I've had too many friends that have had really bad experiences. Too much shit happened to them. They open doorways they can't fucking close. They fuck with something they ought not to. They fuck with something they ought not to. See, here's the thing. God gave me the sense not to be a dumbass. And that's one of the things, like, people don't understand it and how it works properly, and they fuck up. They fuck around and find out. Let me say that. Don't fuck around and find out. Because those dumbasses have never watched any of your lives, Mr. MRH, that you've been on camera multiple fucking times. That lets you know. That lets you know how they've ever watched you. Because you've been on fucking camera. The dumbasses didn't even catch those lives. I have. Okay. That lets them know that they've never paid attention to you, really. Yeah, you were. You had that one time you had the problem with the computer. You couldn't tell if the screen was on or not. And it was. It was something fucked up with your computer. I've seen Mr. MRE too. That wasn't Mr. MRE. That was you, I believe. I know I'm not tripping. Don't fucking make me second guess myself. Mr. MRH gonna make me think I'm going crazy. See, y'all trying to play me. Y'all trying to, well, yeah, y'all trying to make me feel like I'm tripping. But no, for real, if you ever are around anybody that tries to pull out a Ouija board and you don't understand it, get the fuck away from that damn thing because you don't know. She said, I'll send you his docs for $29.99. Yeah. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I don't care that much. I don't understand why people care that much to dig into somebody's personal life and why they really give a fuck that much. That lets you know they don't have nothing else to do with their life, that they got that much damn time on their hands, and that they care. Because when you don't give a fuck, you ain't gonna be doing all that. I ain't got two fucks to give to be doing all that. I never ever fucked with Miss Carmela, and I had a friend who actually collected Ouija boards. I wouldn't go in her house. I walked in and I saw them on the wall, and I walked right the fuck back out. She goes, "You're not gonna come in the house?" I said, "Hell no." I said, "You got Ouija boards up on the fucking wall. Fuck that shit. I ain't playing with it. Nope. No, ma'am. No, sir. I ain't playing with it. That basically opens up a possibility for bad things worse than ghosts to come through. And I ain't fucking around with no demons. Fuck that shit. Hell no. Jesus told me not to do it. I ain't doing it. See, that's how motherfuckers fuck around and find out and end up getting like this shit off the Shining, the Conjuring, and all that other shit. It opens a portal. I ain't fucking with it. Now, I don't mind the cards, Miss Jill. Let me explain to you why when somebody reads the cards for you. They're not opening a portal. They're not playing with the other side, if you get what I mean. And their spirit guides, their angels, are actually what's helping guide them. They learn the cards by divination. Divination is not terrible, right? I also don't mind pendulums because it's literally the angels are guiding you, blah, blah, blah. I don't mind tarot whatsoever. But with tarot, here's the thing. With tarot cards, anybody that reads them will tell you that can change. Even their reading can change because it's based on what you do. Like, so if you change your mind about something or you don't do something, even the premonition that they have for you can change based on your choices. It's literally just a premonition is all it is. It's not evil. God made it. That's what people don't understand. God even made the Ouija board, but I ain't fucking with it because God told me not to be stupid. He told me not to go play with something I don't understand. And I ain't fucking with demons. I ain't fucking with them. I ain't fucking with them. Jesus told me don't be stupid. And he said, don't be messing with something you don't understand. So I said, okay, Jesus, I ain't gonna fuck with something I don't understand. You told me to be smart. You gave me enough brains to get out of the storm. And that's another thing I hate. Let me tell you something. Oh, I can understand that, Miss Jill. Don't let people tap into your spirit, protect your spirit, and protect your peace. I get that. I get that completely. But I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. What was I saying? Shit, my ADHD just fucked me over, y'all. Oh my God, I hate when it happens because it was something important too. God, what was it? Okay, let me tell you something. Don't fuck with demons, okay? Don't do it. Jesus said no. He said don't do that. He gave me enough sense. Oh no, here's what it was. Y'all know how some of the old people, like a tornado coming right for you, terrible storm, and they would go, well, if God wants to take me, he gonna take me. I'm not gonna go get in the storm shelter. If it's my time, it's my time. Bitch, God gave you enough sense to get the fuck up out the damn storm. He gave you brains to say, oh shit, this could kill me. I need to go protect myself. My grandma used to be the worst one in the world about that. She used to piss me off. I'd be trying to get her to go to the storm shelter with me. And she'd go, well, if it's my time, God's going to take me. I'm like, bitch, that's Mother Nature. That ain't got shit to do with God. He basically said for you to be smart enough to get the fuck out the storm. Damn it. I hate when old people do that shit. It pisses me off. I think I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this. I want to say it like I know how to say it. If God created everything, right? And people try to tell you this, that, and the next thing is evil. God created everything. When I mean everything. But there's also, God gave you the sense to leave some shit well enough alone. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand it, don't fuck with it. That's what God said. I'm just saying. He didn't necessarily put that in black and white, but that's what he said. Because God created everything. He's the great creator of all. But sometimes God say, don't fuck with that shit. See, you got to learn to listen when he says don't mess with certain shit, man. He trying to tell you. He gave you common damn sense. Don't fuck with that. You don't understand it, don't touch it. Just like God said to use all seed-bearing plants. You know what I'm saying? God created everything. He's the great creator. Not everything that God created is meant to be fucked with. Some people are supposed to because they were meant to. Some people ain't. Just like they used to try to say that people who knew about poultices and things to help you and save you, they used to try to say doctors back in the day were devil worshippers or witches and different things, because some people try to take religion and use it as a way to condemn something. Do you know that you used to say that about healers and about seed bearing plants? I'm like, can y'all not read the good book? It literally says to use seed bearing plants. So that means people who are using natural herbal remedies are not fucking, yeah, they doing what God told them to do. Damn it. But if you don't understand herbs, and let's say you go out there and your dumbass pick a something that's poisonous in your ass, use it or eat it, that's on you. See, God gave you common sense. Sometimes don't fuck with shit you don't understand. That's what I tell people. Maybe learn something, you know. I also hate when people hate monger others. That's just me, personal. See, I think Miss Danny and Miss Carmela might need to have a talk about that. That's also true, Miss Jill. You have to be careful of the person who's handling the murders because they may have ill intent. It's all about intent. A lot of things are about intent. It's about how you're using something, not what you're using. Anything can be evil in the hands of an evil person, just like anything can be good if used for good in the hands of a good person. Think about it like that. Even something as simple as cooking an egg, right? Let's say we're going to break it down to something like that. Even a person who has ill intent for that could do something to that egg and put poison in it, right? But a person with good intent, right, can use that as nourishment to feed your body. Anything can be evil. It don't matter what it is. Even the good book in a hand of a person that is evil. And anything, a person with good intent, anything they use can have good intent. You got to look at the intent of the person and where their heart is coming from. Anything can be used for evil and anything can be used for good. It depends on the intent of the person. It That's why you got to make, if somebody's got bad intent for you, shit, fuck that person, cut them out your life, rebuke them in the name of Jesus. Because no matter what they do, even if they cooking you a meal, and like, you know how people say, I don't let people play in my hair, I don't let people pray over me. That's why I say sometimes don't accept prayers for certain folks, because they be praying for your downfall. See, even prayer can be used with good or bad intent. Some people be praying for some evil shit, knowing they ought not to. But even prayer can be used for good or evil. It's all about the intent of a person, whether they have good intentions or bad intentions. Anything can be used good for good or evil. Even things that, like, there are people, I'm not saying that God okays it, but there are some people who try to use God for evil intent. They try to condemn others using the word of God. Condemnation is not ours to do. That is his. Judge ye and ye not be judged. Ye without sin cast the first stone, and ain't none of us without it. We're born into it. You can't just trust anybody. That's true. Can't be trusting everybody, Chad. You even got to watch who cook your food. Shit. Hey, Miss Heidi, have you ever noticed? Let me ask y'all this question. Have you ever noticed when you're sick and you try to cook, your food come out awful as shit, but when you're feeling good and you're having a good day and you cook, your shit come out good as fuck? Have you ever sometimes noticed that sometimes emotions affect the flavor? The flavor of your food. I've noticed that. Oh, it was a good party last night, Miss Jill. You go on at 4:30 your time, which will be 6 my Fumbles time, which will be 5:30 my time. Well, no, it'll be 4:30 your time, 5:30 Great Mountain time, 6:30 Central Standard Time, which is my time. It'll be 7:30 Mr. Fumbles time, baby. You can't forget Great Mountain time. I'm going to say this right here. I am a Christian through and through, and I love my God. But I believe that my God gave me also the intelligence to learn and study other things and other traditions and other cultures and religions. He gave me the intelligence to learn. It's the fact that I put nothing above him. He is number one. No matter what else I learn, no matter what else I teach myself, knowledge is power, right? Nothing else comes before him. Nothing. No man of this earth, no person. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Uh, Thank you, Mr. Jim Cotton. The best Jim, the only Jim that ever was, ever will be. I didn't forget Mountain Time. Yeah. Miss Raditha forgot the Mountain Time. See, I didn't. Hers is 4:30 because she's on Pacific Standard Time. It's 5:30 for Great Mountain Time, 6:30 for Central Standard Time, and 7:30 for Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Mr. Jim. Oh, did Carmela get it? Oh my God, yeah. That's awesome. Everything is connected technically if you look at it. It's the circle of life. If you look at everything has a beginning, an end, a middle, and it goes round and round. You get what I'm saying? We're born, we live, we die. We're born, we live, we die. It's in a circle, right? And it keeps going. Also, if you look at everything, everything is connected somehow, way, shape, form, or another. Um, Even when some people try to, like everything is connected, and whether you call him God or you have a different belief, great creator, whatever, however you want to say it for your way, uh, if he created us, he created animals, you believe in God, he created everything. Everything. He even created hell, if you believe in it. He created the demons. He created, if you know the story of creation, we're all connected, every single one of us, one shape, form, or fashion. That's just my personal belief. I ain't telling you what you got to believe. You know what I'm saying? But he created everything. And because of that, you know, and do I believe that magic is real? Yes, in some ways, yes. I believe that God created everything. I know you are, I'm racing. You know you my boo boo. You know me and you was connected on a spiritual levels. I think we long lost cousins, y'all, and nobody knew about it. And then when I would heard, I heard what Watcher said last night, I was thinking, could I think? I swear to God, if I end up finding out, I got to talk to Daddy about that and see. Um, that name sounded so familiar. I got to talk to my daddy about that shit. Come to find out, it'd be weird as fuck, but funny as fuck. I do have kinfolk in Texas, um, because my aunt Geneva moved over that way. But I don't think she ever had kids. But I don't know. Shit, you know how that goes. She's my great great aunt. No, she was my great aunt, my daddy's aunt. Shit. Isaiah 4:45-7 states, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, God created everything. So whether you believe it to be evil, good, or bad, it's your intention with it. But He created it all. Even if you don't like some of it, He still created it. Even if you don't believe in some of it, He still created it. The great creator says so in His own words. He created everything, good, bad, and indifferent. He created it so there's a balance in this world. You can't, you wouldn't know what good is if you didn't have evil. You wouldn't know what happy was if you didn't have sadness. You wouldn't know what calm was if you didn't have anger. There is a balance for all things. All things. You can't have one without the other because it wouldn't exist then. Think about it. If there was no evil, how would you know what good was? You wouldn't, because there would be no such thing. If there were no good, how would you know it was evil? There is a balance to everything, even your emotions. We can bring it down to the bare bones. Even with your emotions, there is a balance. There is a in between. There is a, it's not, you're not angry, you're not happy, you're not sad, you're not calm. You're not all these other things. You're just at your baseline, is what I call it. People call those blah days sometimes. No, that's just your baseline. You're not supposed to have every day super fucking happy, because then you wouldn't revere those happy days. You wouldn't think of those happy days so fondly, if that makes sense. Not every day is going to be a good day, and not every day is going to be a bad day. Sometimes it's just a day, and that is the baseline. And you should be okay with your baseline. A lot of people are not okay, and they consider themselves bored or this and other, because they think that you have to be extremely happy all the time. You get what I'm saying? No, be okay with your baseline and your regular days. A lot of people don't realize that you're not going to have really sad days all the time. So don't feel like you're going to stay in them forever. And you're not going to have really happy days all the time. You're going to mostly stay at your baseline. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something, Miss Danny. With my beliefs, I don't think anybody could ever shake it or move it, because I have physically a reason to believe, right? Yeah, and sometimes it's okay when you do have your negative days or your depressive days to realize this day ain't going to last forever, and this bad moment is not going to last forever, because the pendulum always has to swing, and you're going to get back to that baseline, right? And you have to be okay with your baseline and your normal. That's normal. See, a lot of people think that normal is one way or the other, and it's not. It's not. Make sure you feel your feelings. Let yourself cry. Let yourself feel angry. Don't block your emotions, because that actually hurts you more than it helps you. Blocking and bottling up your emotions will make you explode. Let it out. Cry. Have a good bad day, right? And then pick yourself back up by your bootstraps and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not always going to be happy. You're not always going to be sad. Most of the time, you're going to be what some people consider blah. I consider that my baseline, and I'm happy with my baseline. You got to let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Hey, Watcher, my love. Good morning. I will say that there is always something to be grateful for. The fact that I woke up this morning and I could take a deep breath in, and I can open my eyes, I'm grateful for that. When I walk outside, I'm going to tell y'all something, and I look at the trees and the little animals that are skittering along, just living their best life. They don't think about bad days and good days as much as we do, because we're more conscious about that shit, right? Um, they're just over there living their best life, just doing what they can to survive. They just living. You know what I'm saying? I look at the trees and the flowers and the beauty that surrounds us every day. People take that for granted, the small things. Those little bitty small things people take for granted. The fact that you're able to walk, the fact that you're able to eat, the fact that you're able to wash your ass, wipe your ass, take a shit by yourself. People take the smallest shit that they do have for granted, and they're only looking at the negative. They're only looking at what they don't have. Be grateful that you have food to put in your mouth and to be able to chew it and taste it. Some people can't taste food. Do you know that? You get what I'm saying? Like, think about those little things that you take for granted. The little things, the smallest things, the fact that you can smell your food, you can taste your food, that you can touch your nose right now and feel it. Some people don't have that ability, right? So even the smallest things, the fact that you can see something looking across from you, that's something you shouldn't take for granted. That's something you should be grateful for. And a lot of people only focus on what they don't have, not what they do have. The fact that you have a roof over your head, food in your belly, and you don't go to sleep hungry, that right there is a blessing. Because not everybody has that. Every little thing you should be grateful for. Every little thing. Focus on your positives, not your negatives. If you change that mindset of, and this goes back to mental health professionals, any mental health professional will tell you this. It's not toxic positivity. It's changing your mindset to not focus on your negatives, to focus on your positives. You will be a happier person for it. I promise you. You will not, when you stop giving a fuck about what other people think and say about you, you're going to be so much happier. You're going to feel so much freedom in your life when you realize it doesn't matter what they say or do, because guess what? They're not paying your bills. They're not sleeping beside you at night. You know what I'm saying? They're not really in your daily life. Their opinion's not worthy of you. Their opinion does not matter. When you start really not giving a fuck, I promise you're gonna feel so much better. Changing that negative to a positive, being okay with yourself, all your flaws and all. Everything that you see as a flaw, and if you can become okay with that flaw, you'll feel so much more better about yourself. Because every one of these stretch marks that I have, every one of these scars that I have on my body are made me who I am. And I love every damn one of them. This scar I have on my stomach, that's when I got my gallbladder out. This scar over here is where I fell off my bike when I was, what, 10, 11 years old, because I thought I was Evel Knievel and could jump shit, and I had a bike wreck. You know what I'm saying? These stretch marks from when I was fat until I got skinny. Well, I'm skinnier. You get what I'm saying? Like everything on your body, everything you see is good or bad, tells a story about your life. And there will never be another you on this universe. There will never be somebody like you in this universe. No matter how much somebody looks like you, there will never be another you, because they don't have the life experiences you do. You're already unique and amazing just the way you are. And God didn't make no mistakes when he made you. Perfectly imperfect. He made you perfectly imperfect. Now, some people, do they take and become assholes and bad people? Yeah, but those bad people technically are supposed to exist too. You want to know why? Because then we wouldn't know what good people are. If we didn't know what terrible, evil, bad people are, how would we know what good is? Now, do some of us wish that some of those bad, evil, terrible people would fall off a bridge? Hell yeah. Sometimes I wish I could set those bitches on fire and watch it burn. Watch, I'd be like the roof, the roof. The roof is on fire. We don't give a fuck. Let that motherfucker burn. But I also know at the same time that their karma will come bite them in their fucking ass. Because what you put into this world comes back to you. What you do to others will be done unto you. And I just hope I have the popcorn to sit back and watch it, is all. I'm just saying, sometimes I won't never see it. I won't see them get their karma, but I hope I do, or at least hear about it from somebody else. That way I can get a ha ha in. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Miss Crystal Ann. You know I do. I love all y'all. When I know that sometimes y'all busy during the day, and that's okay. Just know that I love you. You love me. We're a happy, dysfunctional family. Because we can be dysfunctional as hell. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we fight. Sometimes we throw hands. Occasionally we might throw a dirt rock in somebody's eye. You never know. But that's the cool thing. You know, you never know. We might be a little dysfunctional, a little bit crazy. I love also the fact we had the same middle name as Crystal, which is Allison. And it's spelled exactly the same, which is also awesome. Believe it, mine's a generational name. Ugh, I got stuck with that You know how y'all have generational names? Like, there's always that one person that's named after the great grandmama. The great grandmama had the same name as so and so. I got stuck with that shit. Sure did. Hey, my Dr. Creole Libra Butterfly, my sister from another mister. The laws of the universe. Yes, the laws of the universe. A lot of people don't know. I'm gonna say this. What you put into this world does come back to you, and that's why I always try to put in good. Now, sometimes bad comes back to me when I may not deserve it. Sometimes I do, right? Sometimes I do, and I have to be okay with that. Sometimes I realize I did something shitty, and then something shitty came back to me, and it is what it is, right? But ultimately, what I try to do is be a better human than I was yesterday. That's what I strive for. To be better than I was yesterday. And to keep moving forward and being better in the future. Now, do I like messy shit sometimes? Hell yeah. I'm just like anybody else. I like to watch my reality TV shows. It just happens that my reality TV shows happen on YouTube. You've been dreaming as you was listening. My reality TV shows is on YouTube is all. I like to be messy just like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm messy child. I'm messy boots sometimes. I be messy. But I also know there's also a message in the mess sometimes. And it's a learning experience. Sometimes yes and sometimes no, Frog. It's just like, I said anything can be used for evil or good. I believe it's the intention. Money is something we need to survive on, right? But if you're out here praising money more than you praise God, then it's evil. If you put money above all other human life, then it becomes evil. If you take money and do it that way, then yes. But if you're using money as a way to survive, to help others, and do things like that, then it's not. It comes down to the bare bones of what your intentions are. And it comes down to every individual person. Because some people with money are not evil, versus other people can be evil. It all comes down to intent. What are your intentions, good or bad? Right? Some people are good people. Some people are bad people. Some people are evil as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it all comes down to that. He said, it is easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. That was the exact phrasing, if I'm not mistaken. It is easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And what he means by those rich men is the ones that are using it for evil intent. See, it comes down to intention and where your heart's at. Because some people with money do good things, right? Like, look at some of the ones that create charities, the ones that actually help people, that go out of their way to be humble. You know what I'm saying? And not worship the money more than God. It's dependent on your intent and what you do. I gotta go look up what Bible verse that is. I know exactly what it says, but I can't remember what book that's from. It is easier for a camel to enter the eye of. Oh, look, y'all. Now let me say, it's Luke 18:25. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. See, I almost had it perfect. I just had I think the part that I said go through instead of enter. But basically, child almost had it word for word. Look at me. Whoop, whoop. He also repeated the same words in Matthew 19:24 and Mark 10:25. But it comes down to what they used money for and how they did it. Um, See, sometimes you can be a rich man and you're not rich in money. You're rich in friendship and love and all the things that that are amazing. As long as you put nothing above him. See, those rich men got greedy. Those rich men believed that that money and that gold was more precious than God. And that's why it's harder for them to enter the kingdom of heaven, right? So if we're sitting there looking at it, right? We're looking at God and we're looking at rich people who do stuff. See, greed, you don't have to be rich to be greedy. You don't have to be rich to be that. When you start putting even yourself or others above God, that's when you got a problem and you can't enter the kingdom of heaven. Oh, that's a good statement, Miss Danny. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. See, sometimes you can be a poor man and have all the money in the world because you ain't got the things that matter the most. Just like beware of false prophets, for they are many. There are many of those out in this world. Do not, I'm going to say this, repeat to all my churchgoers, do not praise your preacher or any politician or any man of this earth more than you do God. Because that is what, when they talk about false idols and different things like that, when you put anything above him, you're doing wrong. Nothing is above him. He is number one. You don't praise a human being as if they're God. They are not. They are just a man. Now, can you hold them in reverence because you believe in them and they're a good person? You can do that, but don't worship them more than you do God. I'm gonna say this, what my daddy used to always say. I ain't never seen a Wells Fargo behind a hearse, have you? Have you ever seen a Wells Fargo behind a hearse? You can't take it with you when you go. It's going to be passed down or the government's going to take it. Either way, you cannot take it with you when you go. I ain't never seen a Wells Fargo behind a hearse. I think that is true, Frog. I think he wanted us to focus on other things, like kindness and being good to others. And I believe now, if you take all religious texts, I don't care which one they are, and you break them down to their barest bones, you take out all the differences, right? It comes down to one simple thing: there is one God, no matter what you call him, right? A great creator, however you want to say it, and they're all rule books on how to be a good human being, how to treat other people well. That's what it comes down to. The Bible is teaching you to be a good human being. Don't go around murdering people, right? Don't go around covering your neighbor's wife. Don't be an adulterer. All these things that you see in the Bible, it is just a rule book on how to be good. Be a good human to other people. Be nice to other people. You know what I'm saying? Be good. What do you mean, Mr. Rubin? When you bear it down to most bare bones, isn't it a rule book on how to be good? I'm talking about barest bones. We not talking about the differences between them. We taking it down to all religious texts are just telling you to be a good human. Think about it. It's giving you a rule book on how to be a good human, how to be kind, how to treat others. Don't do this, don't do that because it's bad. That's basically what it's bringing you down to, is how to be good. I'm taking out all feeling and just putting in the fact that it's telling you to be good. To me, greed is the root of all evil. Being greedy, being a person that is, you have an overinflated sense of self, like you're better than everybody else. Nobody is better than the next. I'm not better than anybody in this room. I will never be better than anybody in this room. I am just myself. I am not jealous. I do not have a jealous bone in my body. If you, in case, do better than me, I'm going to cheer for you. I'm going to be happy for you. See, jealousy also is another thing. When people have that little green monster in their eye and they're jealous of another person who is doing better than them, that's another root of all evil if you think about it. When you let jealousy rule your life, when you let greed, when you let it's you know how God said everything in moderation. There's certain things I don't even think you should let into your life. Greed is one of them. Jealousy, having a jealous heart, thinking you're better than everybody. You're not. You're just a human like I am. We both bleed red. When I cut my skin and you cut your skin, it's going to be the same color blood that comes out. When we take it down to bare bones, no matter what religion all of us have, no matter what color of our skin, our political beliefs, all that shit. When I cut my skin and you cut yours, we both bleed red. We're both all of one thing, the human race. We're all human when it comes down to it. Basically, Miss Creel just said it. It's a basic instruction before leaving Earth. That's what the Bible stands for. Basic instruction before leaving Earth. And godly principles. That's right. I think all the like greed, jealousy, envy, being envious of another person. I'm not envious of no other person on this earth because here's the thing. I know who I am and I'm okay with me, right? And I'm happy for other people when they do well in life. I'm not envious that they have a mansion. I'm not greedy to the fact that I would rather, if I see a person on the street that ain't got food in their mouth, and I know I do, if it's my last $5 or my last dollar, I've done it. I've given it to somebody else. When I was at my lowest, you know what I'm saying, in life, I have fed others when I didn't have it to give. I didn't have it to give, but I gave it anyway. Because I knew that God would make a way like he always does. I knew that something would come along that would help me in my struggle. So I wasn't going to let them go hungry either if I could help it. Even if it ain't nothing but a hot plate from my stove. Even if it ain't but 50 cents or $1, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God moves me to do stuff. You go have fun with the puppies, Miss Carmela? I'm going to say this. I try to be, and if I'm wrong, God will get me when I get there. Um, I try to be the best human that I could possibly be to other people. I try to be the best that I can be, right? And be to others, and try to um, treat others as I would want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, we bare bones everything. Ain't that what we're supposed to do anyway? Common sense. You know what I'm saying? And let's take out the religious aspect. Isn't that what we should do anyway? You shouldn't be told that you have to be or that you should be better to others and good to your fellow man. You shouldn't have to be told that, but some people don't want to listen regardless. All it really is telling you to do is be good. Be good to others, love others, treat other people with respect and dignity. Don't run around here like a heathen. Y'all hear my dogs? They playing up a storm. And I'm going to tell you something. Animals are the most precious thing that we have that God gave us, in my opinion. And if we could love each other like they love us, wouldn't that be fucking amazing? They over here playing like hell, y'all. Are y'all just playing? Are y'all playing? Okay. So you telling them all about it? Is she not wanting to play with you and she's playing with him and you're jealous? She's acting like a crackhead right now. I want to ask y'all this question. This is another thing that goes through my mind because some people believe one way and some people believe another. I was researching this the other day, and some people believe revelations have already happened, and some people believe it is yet to come. Which do you believe in your belief? Some people believe that it's already happened, and that we're living of the times of basically, it happened years ago, and that was our learning, if that makes sense. And then some people believe that it is yet to come. I know that the only person that knows when this world's going to end is God Himself, and none of us know it. Yeah, they playing like hell. You heard them. They were acting like little, and now they're ready for chill time. But yeah, they were just having a fun old time. Bailey, was you too tired to play? You just so tired. Bruce, she don't want you doing that. Yeah, she's trying to lay down. I know. I know. You just want to take care of her. I know. I know. Are you being pitiful? Oh, pitiful baby. Well, see, here's the thing now. I will say this. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you're not supposed to go by the Old Testament. You're supposed to go by the New Testament. If you believe that Jesus came down and He is your Savior, and through Him is how you reach God, which I do. I believe in Jesus Christ. He is my Savior. I've been baptized. Um, then you're not necessarily supposed to go by the Old Testament. It's almost supposed to be like a history book of sorts, if that makes sense. Like you learn from history, you don't repeat history, correct? The New Testament's what you're supposed to live by. It was Brew, my littlest one. He talks all the time. He's a yapper. That was Brew, the little bitty one. I do believe that animals are our most precious commodity, though, that God gives us. Think about how much love they give us and how awesome they are, how good they are. Like I thank God every day that He gives us animals. You know what I'm saying? And their innocence and their amazingness. Good morning, Miss Jean. Well, I'm gonna say this. Sometimes we don't have full understanding, Frog, and we will never have exactly perfect understanding of the past and things that happened and the way they happened and things. And see, that's why I said when I go up to heaven, I want to sit down with Jesus and God and have a conversation. I'd be like, God, why did such and such happen? You know, I'm just curious. I'm curious. I am super curious on what this meant or what that meant or something like that. You know what I mean? Just have a good old conversation. Are you confusing your damn self? Sometimes I do that all the time. I confuse my own self sometimes. But I think we just need to be better to each other sometimes. And some people never learn that. And they never learn to be that kind of person. Just being kind and loving. Let me go ahead and highlight this. Oh no, I even have any panel guests today. And no, he's not trying to attack me, Miss Joy. I think he knows I'm not going to put up with this bullshit. Good deeds are not a means to salvation. It is important. Salvation is a gift of God given to those who have faith in Christ, which is said in Scripture to be the only way. No, but that doesn't mean we don't have to be. We have to be bad people. We can still be good to each other. It's leading us to be good people and to try to be as Christ-like as we can. We'll never be like Him. We're not perfect. We'll never be perfect, but it tries to lead us to be better people and not be a piece of shit human. Just like in the good book, it says you only get one temple, so take care of it. And people misconstrue it as don't mar your temple, don't do this, don't do that. No, it just basically means it says don't mar your temple. But the temple is your body, and you're supposed to take care of it because you get one. You get one body. And the reason they couldn't eat split hoofed animals back in the day is because they didn't know how to prepare it. It made them sick. A lot of people died, right? We now know how to prepare these foods correctly. I'm not saying that's the way to salvation, Mr. Rubin. I'm saying that's the way to, that's what it's bearing you to do is be a good human. I know salvation is found through Christ. I know that you're supposed to accept Him as your Lord and Savior. And through Him to get to God, you have to go through Him to get to God, the Son of God. Because He gave His only begotten Son for our sins to suffer for us. And I'm going to tell y'all something. That's the thing I have hard time watching. I don't know about any of y'all, but when I watch the Bible stories, and I really like when it's a good version of it and they're actually showing it as it is written. Every time I watch Jesus suffering, I can't watch it. It breaks my heart. I cannot watch it. It physically hurts me to watch him suffer so bad. Like I cry every time. Jesus went through so much for us. Like every time I watch it, like I be crying. Like I swear to God, it just breaks me. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot watch it. There's a few shows that they really like show his suffering. I cannot watch that. Like I'm talking about like just tears rolling down my face, all that good lovely stuff. I can't do it. To think what he went through, to think how much pain he was in. Like, could you imagine like what he went through for us to take on the burden of the entire world? That's a lot of fucking burden for one person to, you know, to even put on their shoulders. That's one question I got from my scholars out there. I was just thinking about this, and it was a question that just ran through my head, so I'm going to ask. Does anywhere in the Bible does it say when Jesus found out that he was gonna have to do that for people? Like, I don't know if that's ever stated in the Bible of when he found out. Could you imagine being a child growing up and then finding out you're gonna have to take on the suffering of the entire world to save them all? Can you imagine? Like, that's a lot. Like, he knew he was here for a very extreme purpose and you know all that, but to find out like how much you're going. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if I'd be good enough to be ever do something like that. That takes that just you know. Oof. I don't know if I could do it. Oh, you gonna get your hair cut? Oh, and we got how let's see. We got okay. See, 19th will be 10 days. We got 12 days, Miss Joy. 12 days. I'm counting down. I'm counting down for you. Actually, we got 11 if you don't count today. And then we're going to have a dance party. But sometimes I love having these conversations because it makes you think, right? When other people tell you like their point of view, it can help you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Rubin. I'm going to look that up. Matthew 1. Matthew. Can I spell today? Miss, I can't spell today. Okay, anyway. Let me redo that. I put too many things. Well, I knew that Mary knew that, but let me see. What's the other one you put down there? Mark 26. Well, I knew he knew at the Last Supper. So I was trying to figure out, like, did his mom sit down and tell him? Like, did he just know from the time he was born? You know what I'm saying? Um, was it inherently like, did Jesus come, or like, did God tell him in a dream? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he knew from the beginning. See, that's what I couldn't remember if he actually knew from the beginning or if he like God came to him because they never specifically like necessarily like he knew what was going to come. He knew what was to come. I knew that when they said that on the cross, but it's never specifically stated like how it came to be that he knew it. If that makes sense at all. Like I knew he knew about his suffering and what was to come, um, because I read all of that. But at the same time, it's like, did he inherently know, or was he actually? Did him and God have a conversation when he was little? And how long did he know? Like, did he know when he got older, or that's why I was asking that question. Well, that's like if you go into some of the stories of how long people lived back then. But it's also a possibility that what we think of years, they didn't think of as years and months. There's also that possibility. You get what I'm saying? Like, because supposedly people lived like hundreds of years, right? And so if you look at the age of Moses and so on and so forth, um, then, but like they lived for a very long time. We don't have humans that live that long anymore. Oh, look, I'm gonna tell you, Frog, the one that is it Daniel? I think it's Daniel. The Lion's Den. Uh, I'm half out of it right now, trying to think. It is the story of Daniel. Daniel in the Lion's Den is found in Daniel 6 in the Bible. It narrates how Daniel, a faithful servant of God, was thrown into a den of lions for praying to God despite a royal decree against it. God miraculously protected Daniel and he emerged unharmed, demonstrating God's deliverance and faithfulness to those who remain steadfast in their devotion. The story serves as a powerful testament to faith and trust in God during adversity. I'm gonna tell you something though. Think about it. He was thrown into a lion's den. Everybody knows that lions are man eaters, right? But he came out unscathed, completely unscathed. Like, so there's a lot of stories in the Bible that, like, things that we would say are impossible but happen. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't believe in miracles, you're looking at one. My son is also one. Um, I was supposed to die at 20 years old. I had complete liver failure. The doctors to this day don't know. Like, even though the liver can heal itself, they called and my entire family said I would not make it when I had my son because I would bleed to death having him. I didn't. I did have a little bit of complication, but I survived. My son was a 27 weeker. I went into labor at 27. He was born at 28, almost 28 weeks. His birthday's in January. His due date was in April. Do the math. Do the math. February, March, April. He was born in January. I was 6.5 months pregnant. He wasn't supposed to make it. His lungs were not supposed to be developed, but he made it. He was a micro preemie. Miracles do happen every day. People just don't think about them. And here's the thing, doctors can only do so much. I had a cousin who had a child extremely early also. That child unfortunately did not make it. A lot of kids that are born at his prematurity do not make it, or they have a lot more health complications. I believe I was divinely blessed with the fact that my son only has mild cerebral palsy and he had an eye condition from birth that he had to have laser surgery on. And his eyesight is just as good as yours and mine. He has no problem with his eyes. So if you don't believe, if you see them yourself, you'll understand. I do believe. Well, that's a good thing. Let me get off God, because God's he's gonna shake his head at me, fist and be messy as hell. It's a good thing you out here washing your ass, unlike some of these other people. Not out here washing y'all's asses and stuff. Some of y'all motherfuckers sitting around here stanky. God told you to wash your ass. Cleanliness is next to godliness, motherfuckers. Okay. I hope you have a good day on your ride. But yeah, some of these motherfuckers don't realize cleanliness and next to godliness. They over here stinking up the whole world. Shit. Over here walking around with ass face and halitosis breath. Cockroaches crawling on their birthday cakes. Some bullshit. Bullshit. Ooh, that'll be cool, Mr. Rubin. I love pictures. We need to get you a GoPro camera, and that way you can take video of you doing the ride, like a ride along. That would be so cool. Yeah, no cockroach cakes for Reuben, y'all. And that cockroach was throwing the deuces up. That cockroach was going, what? It was throwing the deuces up, y'all. It was like, hey. Y'all saw it when it ran across the screen. It was going, hey, how you doing? I'm just over here chilling. This motherfucker just dropping food crumbs everywhere. I'm just chilling. But it be a little stanky over here because people don't wash their asses. And why do some motherfuckers be on camera looking like they sweating like a motherfucker? I'm talking about just sweat pouring from them. Yeah, Miss Danny wanted to know before you go, Mr. Rubin, if you hear the sound of my voice, do you feel older today? I know me, myself, and I always forget how old I am sometimes, and I have to think about it. Oh, that would be so cool, Mr. Rubin. Have ride-alongs on the motorcycles. Those are so cool. I love doing that. I love doing the ride-alongs. Feel like I'm riding a motorcycle too and seeing all the pretty, things that pass by and feel the air go through your hair. No, you feel 5 years dumber. Oh, they do say, scientifically that after we reach the age of 25, because our brain don't stop developing until then, and some medical documentation says later than that after our brain stops developing, we just get stupider and stupider and stupider. I'm just saying, I know with wisdom comes with age, but intelligence drops with age. I don't know if you know that, but it is a thing, scientifically speaking, that you literally, you become dumber. Where you grow in wisdom, you lose some intelligence. It's harder to learn things than it was when you were younger.
Blah.
Just saying. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm just to get off here. I'm going to chill for a little while. Tomorrow I'm going to do some things with hubby. So tomorrow I'm going to be kind of busy. We're going out and having a day of it and whatnot. And I hope you all have the best and most beautiful day that you could possibly have. And if you're an asshole, I hope you have the day you deserve. And please, wash your ass, wash your face, but preferably not with the same rag. Don't be walking around this bitch with ass face. On top of that, please brush your teeth. Don't walk around here with halitosis breath. And Axe is not deodorant, okay? Do some DO for the BO, motherfucker. We don't need to smell you in public. Okay, and don't be walking around here with shit stains in your drawers and duty balls and wash your clothes, okay? And please make sure you clean your bowels Don't be walking around here with sweaty balls and stinking cootie cats. And please make sure you wash the titty sweat. Okay? We don't need some stinking ass motherfuckers walking around here. Some of y'all motherfuckers need to be reminded that cleanliness is next to godliness, bitches. Okay, y'all, because if we had smell-o-vision, some of y'all motherfuckers would make all of us throw up. Okay, yes, please wash your cootie cats. Okay, take care of your cootie cat. Don't fuck up your pH balance, and please, for the love of God, don't accidentally do like I did one time and use lavender scented toilet paper. It will fuck you up. Okay, it'll fuck all your pH balance all the way up. Don't do it. Don't do it. I learned the hard way. I'm trying to help you out. Please don't put anything scented near your cootie cat. Don't fuck up your pH balance, hoes. And if you smell, please go to the doctor. Something is wrong. Your coochie cat should not smell. It should not stink. And in case you are going to do something, miss a nasty time with your partner, please wash that shit. And when he goes, that way when he goes down, it smells good and shit and tastes delicious. And be nutritious. Don't be a stinking hoe. Be a clean hoe. Okay? If you're going to be a hoe, be a well-paid one. That's all I'm saying. And I love all y'all. Bitches, wash your asses. Love.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood to the day that I go from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800, watching out for them knuckleheads that be stanging round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about around 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out the street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse play it out. Remember the blue apartments from OG standing back there by 60 deep. Boom walking, Charles Blue, a big Anthony Hughes and Pee.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my